Paint 3D. We have studied about Paint in Tux Paint for drawing various shapes. Microsoft has developed an app to draw 3D shapes or solid objects. The earlier versions of Windows had a pre-installed drawing app called Paint. With Windows 10, Microsoft introduced a 3D version of drawing app, Paint 3D. This Paint 3D app is used to draw shapes like cubes, cuboids, cylinders, cones, spheres, and donuts. You can rotate and turn these shapes to see different views of the 3D shape. Starting Paint 3D. To open Paint 3D, follow the steps given in Figure 4.1. The Paint 3D window will open. The welcome screen shows three options: New, Open, and Paste. Click on the New option to start a new drawing. Paint 3D window. The different parts of the Paint 3D window, Figure 4.3, are Title bar. The top left corner of the title bar displays the name of the app and the name of your drawing. The top right corner of the title bar has the three control buttons: Minimize, Maximize or Restore, and Close. Menu. The menu consists of the file control options like New, Open, Save, Insert, Print, etc. Canvas. The canvas is the main area where we create our drawing in Paint 3D. Brushes tool. Selecting the Brushes tool opens a panel on the right side of the Paint 3D window. This panel shows the options for selecting different types of brushes and color palette for selecting different colors for drawing. Brush option. The Paint 3D has 10 inbuilt brush shapes, Figure 4.4. Any of the brush option can be selected by clicking on that option. Below the brush shapes is the thickness slider. It helps in increasing or decreasing the thickness of the outline of the shape. The opacity slider helps in making the shapes opaque or transparent, or partially both. You can enter the value for thickness and opacity in the boxes, or click and drag their sliders towards right or left to change the values. Color palette. The color palette shows different color options. It also gives you option to use more colors than shown using Add Color button. The various effects like matte, gloss, polished metal, etc. can be added using Choose a Material drop-down list above the color palette. 2D Shapes tool. The 2D Shapes tool opens the 2D Shapes palette on the right side of the Paint 3D window in place of the Brushes option. A curve, line, or 2D shape can be drawn by selecting the option, clicking and dragging on the canvas. 3D Shapes tool. The 3D Shapes tool opens the 3D Shapes palette on the right side of the Paint 3D window. A 3D doodle, 3D object, or 3D model can be drawn by selecting the option, clicking and dragging on the canvas. Options tool. The Options tool, Figure 4.7, shows options like Select, Crop, Magic Select, 3D View, and Zoom Slider. 2D Shapes. The 2D shapes can be drawn in Paint 3D in the same way as are drawn in Paint. To draw a 2D shape, follow the steps given in Figure 4.8 and Figure 4.9. 1. Click on the 2D Shapes tool. 2. From the 2D Shapes palette, select the shape you want to draw. 3. Click and drag the pointer on the canvas to draw the shape. 4. Click on the Commit button to accept the shape. You can change the color, texture, background, thickness of outline, etc. of the shape. You can also flip and rotate the shape. You will notice that 3 grab points appear around the shape when the mouse button is released on the dotted boundary. These grab tools are Stamp. Stamp is used to create a copy of the shape. Rotate is used to rotate the shape. Commit is used to complete and accept the shape. Quick tips. To reverse the action if made a mistake while drawing, press Ctrl+Z keys. 3D shapes. The 3D shapes are those which have length, breadth or width, and height. To draw a 3D shape, follow the steps given in figure 4.10. 1. Click on the 3D Shapes tool. 2. From the 3D Shapes palette, select the shape you want to draw. 3. Click and drag the pointer on the canvas to draw the shape. You will observe a 3D shape on the canvas. Click on the rotation handles to see the 3D effect of the drawing. Figure 4.11. Smart Connect. The 3D shape is rotated to see what is at the back of the drawing. 2D shapes cannot be rotated in such a way to see what is at the back of the shape. 2D shapes can only be rotated left to right and right to left. 3D shapes can be rotated from left to right, right to left, top to bottom, and bottom to top, and front to back, and back to front. Changing colors in a shape. All shapes drawn in Paint 3D appear in blue color by default. Paint 3D gives you option to change the color of the shape. To change the color of the shape, follow the steps given in figure 4.12. 1. Select the shape whose color is to be changed. 2. Click on the Edit Color button. The color palette will appear. 3. Select the color you want to fill in the shape. Using Text tool. The Text tool is used to add some text in the drawing. The various options available with the Text tool are 2D text, 3D text, font, size, effects like bold, italics, and underline. It also allows you to arrange the text towards left, center, or right of the canvas. Saving a file. To save your drawing, click on Menu, Save option. Type a name for the file, Save in Paint 3D button. Opening a file. To open an existing file, click on Menu, Open option. Locate and select the file, Open button. Closing Paint 3D. To close Paint 3D, click on the Close button. Seek more. Visit to learn how to create a clownfish with Paint 3D. Visit to learn some advanced features of Paint 3D.